Good day! We are Group 1,
and today we'll explore the aquatic ecosystem, one of the most important environments on Earth.
We'll discuss what an aquatic ecosystem is, living and non-living things in water, types of bodies of water, importance, interaction, and benefits of aquatic life, threats to this ecosystem. Join us as we dive into the wonders and challenges of aquatic ecosystems.
So, what is an aquatic ecosystem?
An aquatic ecosystem is a community of living organisms such as fish, plants, and microorganisms interacting with non-living elements like water, sunlight, and oxygen. This ecosystem exists in different bodies of water, including oceans, rivers, lakes, and wetlands. These ecosystems are essential for life on Earth. They provide oxygen, support biodiversity, and help regulate the climate. Without them, our planet would not be the same.
Now that we understand what an aquatic ecosystem is, let's explore the living and non-living things found in these environments. Now that we know what an aquatic ecosystem is, let's talk about the living and non-living things that make it work.
In every aquatic ecosystem, there are two main components, living or biotic and non-living or abiotic factors. Living things include fish, plants, algae, corals, and microorganisms like bacteria. These organisms interact with each other, forming a balanced food chain. Non-living things include water, sunlight, temperature, oxygen, and minerals. These elements provide the necessary condition for life to exist.
For example, fish rely on oxygen in the water to feed, while plants use sunlight and nutrients to grow. Without these non-living factors, the living organism wouldn't survive.
This interaction between living and non-living things keep the aquatic ecosystem healthy and balanced. Up next, we'll explore the different types of bodies of water where this ecosystem exists.
Now that we know about the living and non-living things in an aquatic ecosystem, let's explore the different types of bodies of water where this ecosystem exists and what we can find in them.
Aquatic ecosystem exists in two main types of water bodies, freshwater and marine. Freshwater bodies have to no salt and include rivers and streams, flowing water that moves from higher to lower ground. Living things, fish, frogs, insects, and aquatic plants. Non-living things, rocks, flowing water, oxygen, and soil. Lakes and ponds, still water that supports many plants and animals. Living things, ducks, turtles, algae, and fresh fish water. Non-living things, mud, sun, and sunlight. Wetlands, areas where water covers the land, providing shelter for many species. Living things, birds, crocodiles, crabs, and reeds. Non-living things, water, mud, and decomposing plants.
On the other hand, marine water bodies have high salt content and include oceans, the largest and deepest bodies of water covering over 70% of the earth. Living things, whales, sharks, dolphins, corals, and plankton. Non-living things, saltwater, waves, and sunlight. Seas, smaller than ocean but still salty, often connected to them. Living things, jellyfish, sea turtles, crabs, and starfish. Non-living things, tides, waves, and rocks. Coral reefs, found in warm, shallow ocean waters, home to many marine species. Living things, coral, clownfish, sea anemones, and sponges. Non-living things, sand, shell, and minerals. Estuaries, where fresh water from rivers meets salty ocean water, creating a unique habitat. Living things, mangroves, oysters, shrimp, and herons. Non-living things, brackish water, a mix of salt and fresh water, mud, and sediments.
Each of these water bodies support different life forms and plays a crucial role in the environment. They provide food, shelter, and balance to the ecosystem.
Up next, let's talk about the importance of aquatic ecosystems and why we need to protect them. Now that we've explored the different types of aquatic ecosystems, let's talk about why they are so important to both nature and humans.
Aquatic ecosystems plays a crucial role in maintaining life on Earth. Here's why. They produce oxygen. Oceans, lakes, and rivers support plants like algae, phytoplankton, which produce over half of Earth's oxygen. They provide food and resources. Many people depend on fish, seafood, and fresh water for survival. They regulate climate. Oceans absorb heat and help stabilize global temperatures. They support biodiversity. Aquatic ecosystems are home to millions of species, from tiny plankton to massive whales. They offer livelihood. Millions of people work in fishing, tourism, and marine industries.
Aside from this, aquatic ecosystems naturally filter water, removing pollutants and keeping the environment clean. Wetlands, for example, act like sponges by absorbing excess water and preventing floods.
But despite their importance, aquatic ecosystems are facing threats like pollution, climate change, and habitat destruction. If we don't protect them, many species could be lost and our environment could suffer.
That's why we need to take action. Up next, we'll discuss the interaction between living and non-living things in these ecosystems and how they help maintain balance. Now that we understand the importance of aquatic ecosystems, let's talk about living and non-living things interact to keep these ecosystems balanced.
In an aquatic ecosystem, everything is connected. Living organisms rely on non-living factors to survive, while non-living elements are influenced by the presence of living things. Here's how. Sunlight helps aquatic plants and algae perform photosynthesis, producing oxygen that fish and other creatures need to breathe. Water. Temperatures affects which species can survive. Some fish thrive in warm waters, while others need cold environment. Oxygen levels in water determine how well fish and other animals can survive. More plants and moving water mean more oxygen. Soil and minerals in lakes, rivers, and ocean provide nutrients that help plants and corals grow, creating shelter and food for other species.
Meanwhile, living organisms also affect their surroundings. Fish and marine animals help control population by eating smaller organisms, keeping the food chain balanced. Corals and aquatic plants provide habitats and protection for small creatures. Decomposers like bacteria and fungi break down dead plants and animals, recycling nutrients back into the water.
This interaction ensures the ecosystem remains healthy and stable. But when non-living factors like pollution, rising temperatures, or lack of oxygen change, it can harm living organisms, leading to ecosystem imbalance.
That's why we need to protect these ecosystems from harm. Up next, we'll discuss the threats to aquatic ecosystems and how we can help save them. Now that we understand how living and non-living things interact in aquatic ecosystems, let's talk about the threats that are putting these ecosystems in danger.
Aquatic ecosystems face many threats, both natural and human-made. Here are some of biggest dangers. Pollution. Trash, chemicals, and plastic waste contaminate water, harming marine life. Overfishing. Catching too many fish disrupts the food chain and endangers species. Climate change. Rising temperature cause coral bleaching and disrupt ocean currents. Deforestation. Cutting down trees near river and lakes lead to soil erosion, which makes the water dirty and less habitable for aquatic life. Oil spill. When oil leaks into the ocean, it creates toxic conditions for marine animals, destruction of habitats. Wetlands, coral reefs, and mangroves are being destroyed for land development, leaving species without shelter.
These threats don't just harm aquatic life, they also affect humans. Polluted water can make people sick. damage ecosystems, reduce fish populations, and climate change leads to stronger storms and rising sea levels.
That's why we need to take action. Simple steps like reducing plastic use, conserving water, and supporting marine conservation efforts can help protect our aquatic ecosystem.
Now that we understand the threats to aquatic ecosystems, let's talk about the benefits of both living and non-living things in these ecosystems and why they are important to the environment and humans.
Both living and non-living components of aquatic ecosystem plays a crucial role in keeping the planet balanced. Here's how. Living things or biotic factors, food and resources. Fish, seaweed, and shellfish are important sources of food. Biodiversity and balance. Predators and control populations, while plants produce oxygen. Livelihood and economy. Fishing, tourism, and marine industries support millions of jobs. Medicinal benefits. Many marine species are used in medicine to treat diseases. Non-living things or abiotic factors contribute by providing oxygen. Water and sunlight help plants create oxygen for aquatic life. Supporting marine habitats, coral reefs, and sand and rocks provide shelter.
Without these living and non-living elements, aquatic ecosystems wouldn't function properly and life on Earth would be affected.
That's why it's important to protect these ecosystems by reducing pollution, conserving water, and supporting marine conservation efforts. We can help ensure that both living and non-living things in aquatic ecosystems continues to benefit the planet.
That concludes our presentation on aquatic ecosystems.
Aquatic ecosystems are essential for both nature and human life. It's up to us if we protect them by reducing pollution, conserving water, and supporting efforts to keep our oceans, rivers, and lakes clean.
We hope you've learned something valuable today. Let's all do our part in preserving these ecosystems for future generations.
Thank you for listening.